Welcome to the Church of Doomsday, a video tutorial about perfecting the end of the world.
Excuse me? What in the world are you doing?
I'm spreading my religion.
You know, everyone knows that Doomsday is bad, no one is playing it.
I'm here to change that.
Sure, I have this video series where I go over strategies for certain cards and talk about how you could implement and think about including these strategies into your cEDH decks, but I didn't make that video series for you to spread your...
Finally, some peace and quiet. Doomsday is a mono-black sorcery for 3 mana. Search your library and graveyard for any number of ultimate cards and exile the rest, so you're getting rid of your annoying deck and your useless grave. And now your deck will consist of those specific 5 cards you choose, and you may organize them in whatever magical order you want. This means that we can set up diabolic combos. For example here, the first card, Thought Scour, cast it for 1 blue mana. Put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. That's your Thanatos Oracle, and in this case, command the tower. And you will draw a card. You draw into Unearth. For only 1 black mana, you may reanimate Thanatos Oracle, and the last card in your graveyard is We Don't Care, but we have enough devotion to win the match and successfully end the world.
I guess I need to work in the backstage or don't get bolted again, but let's actually talk about some problems and be a little bit realistic here, guys. So Doomsday actually has a bunch of problems, and there are some reasons why people don't include it in their cEDH decks. Sure, it is a 1-card combo and that's great, but let's go over the small details. The first detail, and this is a minor one, not really a big problem, not a big reason, but it's actually triple black, and that could be tricky sometimes to actually achieve. The second problem isn't also a big issue, but it's still a small demand. You see, sure, it's a 1-card combo, but you need a form of setup. You need to draw a card somehow, and then you usually need to pay mana into what you draw into. The usual response here is that you play commanders with a card draw ability on them so that you naturally get there from the command zone. For example, here you cast Doomsday in your main phase, you go to combat phase, you attack, and Tumna will help you draw the card you need. RAFFINE, Scheming Seer, is another great optional alternative for a Doomsday strategy. I've actually never seen anyone do this with an Idris as the commander, but I guess it could work, as Idris will make you cascade, so you cast something, you cascade into something, and yeah, that will basically dig through the Doomsday pile quite efficiently. With Idris, you could even cascade into a Doomsday after combat, cast Doomsday from the cascade effect, and then to change your entire library, and then cascade again by casting a whatever spell from your hand and win the match. But even something as Thrasius could do this. Well, it's 4 mana to draw a card, that's quite expensive compared to the other commanders that we looked at, but yes, Thrasius could crack a Doomsday pile, even though he's not really that good at it. But because of all of this setup demand, and because of all of this mana that you need, card art that you might need after the Doomsday cast, it's more of a slower combo. It's sure, it can be quite fast and turbo-ish, but it's not as fast as an Ad Nauseam. Ad Nauseam doesn't need any setup, you just need to cast it, resolve it, and you win. Or well, more or less win, except you could fizzle, but you usually win. So it's not that Doomsday is bad, it's just that there are usually better options. But Doomsday also have another problem. You usually have to include bad cards in the deck to make the Doomsday pile kinda work. Now this pile is actually pretty amazing. The only cards we really need here are Thanatos Oracle, Thought Scour, and Unearth. And Unearth is more or less the only bad card here. So before we were on Laboratory Maniac strategies with Doomsday, it was a lot more trickier because you really need to dig through the entire pile. Thanatos Oracle upgraded the Doomsday combo a lot, and now Unearth is pretty much the only bad card you have to play, and it's not even a terrible card. You can pay 2 mana and just throw it away and draw a new card if you want to. By the way, Doomsday will go through your entire graveyard as well, so even if you cycle away Unearth, you can still Doomsday into it. And honestly, you don't even need that either. You could just put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard and draw into Thassa's Oracle and cast it. However, that suddenly changes the mana cost of this thing into black, 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 and 3 blue. But then we have the absolute mega reason no one wants to play Doomsday, and that's the existence of Opposition Agent. Now, if someone Opposition Agent your Demonic Tutor, that's sad and a little bit annoying. If someone Oppo Agents your Doomsday, you're dead. You will exile your entire library, your entire graveyard. He will take 5 cards of whatever he wants, which is basically like a win and protection, and you don't get to keep anything. So even if that person doesn't win with Oppo Agent, you still lose. You're dead. People think that Oppo Agent and Intuition is absolutely amazing. Well, Oppo Agent the Doomsday is even better. And Oppo Agent is actually quite frequent here. But another thing that is also quite common are Rule of Law stacks cards like Archon of Emeria. That is absolutely shutting down Doomsday strategies completely, because you cast Doomsday, then you can't cast anything more, so you have to pass turn, and well, then people are definitely gonna have their guns ready at you. Now, Ad Nauseam also struggles against Rule of Law, but they have an advantage here over Doomsday. You see, Ad Nauseam is an instant speed. You can cast it in your opponent's last end step, or when everyone basically emptied their card per turn, or their spell per turn, that is, and you go to your turn, and now you're free to cast whatever you want. So you cast a spot removal to remove Archon of Emeria, the first thing that you do, and then you continue to win on your turn. And if we take a look at some decks out there, this is Blue Farm from Sinestra and Kazu, and as we can see, among the sorceries, we don't have the Doomsday. We have the Peer into the Abyss, and we have the Ad Nauseam, and we have everything else that you usually see. Here we have Dargo and Tymna from Pontus, a deck with a really high CMC. For example, Rassakef is in here, and some other cool expensive things. We have Peer into the Abyss, and still we have the Ad Nauseam. He has Reanimate, because he's gonna reanimate his Rassakef, so I guess he could do the reanimation on the Thassa's Oracle here, but still he doesn't play Doomsday at all. And this is a deck that absolutely could just include that one card Doomsday. I mean, Tymna is there, the Reanimate is there, everything is there. Oh wait, there's no Thassa's Oracle. Never mind. Well, someone is gonna talk about how to solve that soon, but still, this is a deck that could play Doomsday, but don't play Doomsday. And here's a deck with RAFFINE Scheming Seer. This looks like more of a stacks deck. There's a Rassakef, there's Toxrill, there's a Reanimate. You can reanimate cool things, but still, when we look at the sorceries, there are no Doomsday. Doomsday could be an easy include here. We have the Thassa's Oracle, we have the reanimation spell, that's basically Unnerve, a different version of Unnerve, and yeah, it could go in here, but it's not. So clearly people are finding better alternatives than having...
I'm sorry, he found his way back into here. But I have great news. I found a true believer. I found a decklist made by Death Magic that is on RAFFINE Scheming Seer as the commander with Doomsday in the deck. He is a true follower of the true church. Veil of Death and another feeble guy that runs this YouTube channel have a bunch of gameplay videos together, and Death Magic is usually on Doomsday strategies now and then. It is true that our church don't have that many followers, as that other guy pointed out, that there aren't that many decks that actually include Doomsday, but once again that's why I'm here, to try to change that. You see, a lot of people have this misconception that Thassa's Oracle is the only way for Doomsday to work. But we have other tricks. Doomsday loops that don't need blue. So if we read the bottom text down there, lose half your life rounded up, which means you can't cause Doomsday infinitely, because eventually your life total will reach 1, and then you will lose half of 1, rounded up equally, you will lose 1 and die. Which is also great, by the way. But if you're able to gain life with every cost of Doomsday, let's say Nature's Claim here, your life will go to, let's say, 4. and then you lose half, go down to 2. You cast Nature's Claim, you go up to 6. You cast Doomsday, goes down to 3. You cast Nature's Claim, it goes up to 7. You cast Doomsday, it goes down to 3. You cast Nature's Claim, it goes up to 6. You cast Doomsday, it goes down to 3. You cast Nature's Claim, it goes up to 7. You cast Doomsday, it goes down to 3. You cast Nature's Claim, it goes up to 7. And here you can see that we're negating the loss of half of life from Doomsday if we're able to loop Doomsday in also looping Nature's Claim, that is. You see, once Doomsday resolves, it will be the only card in your graveyard. You will have 5 whatever cards you wish in your deck, that will be your only deck, and you will have Doomsday in your grave. So here we have a strange pile. First card, Jeska's Will. Let's crack the pile somehow with our commander and draw Jeska's Will. Cast Jeska's Will. We will exile the top 3 cards of our library and gain a bunch of red mana. With that, we can cast Birgi. Then we can use Nature's Claim to destroy one of our artifacts. After we tap that artifact for mana, we'll gain a red mana from this. Then we can cast Manamorphous with the red mana, gain more red mana, but gain green and some black mana. And Manamorphous will let us draw Regrowth, so we can cast Regrowth and return Doomsday back to our hand. The trick here is to create a pile that contains rituals and card draw so that you can dig through your pile and create infinite mana while you're also gaining life in the process to stay alive during the Doomsday loops. But then once you've acquired infinite mana, you can change the pile a tiny bit and loop a lightning bolt with infinite damage. Now I know that among you there are some disbelievers that don't see the true potential. Yes, you do need a little bit of a setup. You need to put some stuff into play to help you build towards this. For example, here we have Cryptgast, Stormkill Artisan, and Birgi that will help you storm when you're looping Doomsday.
It's honestly not that good. Okay, I give up, man, I give up.
We're going for a mid-range Yund commander here with Kardra in the command zone and a storm interest. Your game plan will be to develop a form of mana production industry and interest of having card draw rituals in your deck. Draw into or tutor into Doomsday. Use Doomsday to assemble a win-con structure that you can loop. It is a very difficult strategy to master, but truly fun for someone looking for a challenge. It is a tricky card, but it shouldn't be abandoned by the format. It's a card that demands creativity and new thinking ideas. And I do recommend playing it just to increase your skill cap. It's a good card to train on to get better at magic. It absolutely have risk, but do I look like a guy that care about risk? The very fact that you can win from a total of black, 4 black, 1 blue from only 1 card shouldn't be ignored as long as you're able to also draw a card in the process. And even though you don't want to do the strange, crazy Doomsday loop that I want to do, you can still use Doomsday to assemble a combo that your deck includes, whatever combo that could be. It doesn't need to be the awesome Thassa's Oracle Doomsday, it could just be a simple tutor for your 2-card combo. I mean, Tuna is usually able to draw more than 1 card. She can draw 2 cards and sometimes 3 cards. So you can draw 2 of your combo pieces and then protection. That is it for my today's teachings. Now, I wish upon you a very dark and horrible day. Farewell.